2 plus. Okay, so let's do what we did before. Let's go to a straight up 2 first. Okay, so 2 is full active range of motion, or active equals passive, gravity eliminated. Right? Active equals passive, gravity eliminated. So if you've got somebody that's a 2, are you going to apply resistance?
No.
No, because they can't even lift against gravity. Why are you going to apply resistance? Okay? So 2 plus is 2 plus something. What's your plus? It can get a little bit against gravity. Okay, so I think some of your handout stuff says below 50%. So that's really, they can kind of raise their arm, but not really. So my passive would be here. My active would be very, 30, 40, 45 degrees. That's going to be the 2 plus. So let's go back to our 2. What's a 2 minus? 2 minus something. 2 minus is gravity eliminated, yes.
So you're not going to get full range of motion from gravity.
So, right. So your active is going to be less than passive with gravity eliminated. Okay. And then as we go on down, 1 is, they actually cannot produce movement at that point, but you can feel the muscles twitching a little bit. Okay? That's why it's important that you know where these muscle groups live, so that you can put your hands on the proper muscle group, because if your hand is not on the proper muscle group, you're going to rate them as a 0, because you're not going to feel that muscle twitching, because you're not feeling the proper muscles, and those muscles aren't going to be working. Okay? And then a 0 is where you really don't feel anything. Okay? So where we're going to live for the practical is probably 2s and 3s. If you're getting 4s and 5s, you're on the wrong side. Okay? Just a little hint. If you're on the wrong side and you weren't asked to assess both sides, what are you going to say? Okay, now that I know what's normal for you, we're going to see how your affected arm is. Okay. All right. So you're going to get 4 skills. One of your skills will be heart rate and blood pressure. And then it can be any variation of measuring range of motion, measuring manual muscle testing.
Is it okay then if for instance our skill is to measure the flexion or the abduction, whatever it is, of the shoulder, can you, before you do anything, just have them, you say, can you just go ahead and lift up so that you can kind of just kind of see without having to go through actually measuring?
Yeah, you can always do that functional screening just to kind of get a visual of where you think the patient is. But if you've been asked to measure it, you better actually measure it. Okay? If you're doing a manual muscle testing on a muscle group that you haven't been asked to measure, what are you going to do? You actually always have to look at active and passive range of motion when you're looking at manual muscle testing. You don't always have to measure it. You just have to look at it. Okay? If you want to measure it, feel free. But you better do it right. Okay? That's all I've got to say. And the thing of it is again, these cases, I'm asking you for 4 skills. Would you want to know more about this patient? Oh, heck yeah. You don't have to right now, though. Okay? Just focus on the skills that you're being asked for. Okay? Take a deep breath and actually read what's written on the paper. Don't read halfway through and assume that you know what it is. Okay? Other questions? Did I get all of those?
Yes, thank you very much.
Okay.
When will we know our scheduled time to show up? To report back to me?
Hopefully tomorrow.
Tomorrow?
Yesterday was a 12-hour day for me. I need to get to it. Okay? All right, so what I have is, the next thing that we're going to do is, like I promised, we're going to just go keep playing. I'm going to add some structure to your playtime. I've got manual muscle testing cards, and I've got range of motion cards. What I want to do is divide you up into groups of, for this size group, is